That carefree version of himself, the one who would make plans and stick to them, seemed dormant. He closed his eyes for a brief second and fantasized about pressing mute on Yevon's calendar and play on his own. But when his phone buzzed with another reminder, buy gift for Auntie Bissie's birthday, dinner Saturday, his resolve fizzled. He typed, "Okay, babe," into the reply box and hit send before the thought fully formed. That evening, back in the apartment, Tunda was halfway through removing his shoes when Yevon materialized by the entrance with a tote bag slung over her shoulder. "Did you pick up those batteries?" she asked. "Batteries?" he echoed. "For the smoke detector. I texted you about that yesterday." He checked his messages. There it was. A single line, almost easy to miss. "Get batteries." He swallowed. "Coming right up." She nodded, went to hang her bag, and began unpacking groceries. Tunda followed her into the kitchen, grabbed his keys, and left without protest. The neighborhood electronics store was 3 blocks away, but he felt the weight of the chore dragging at his steps. Inside, the shelves were filled with so many kinds of batteries that he felt a flicker of indecision. AAA, lithium, rechargeable. He texted Yevon. "Which type?" Her reply came almost instantly. "AAA, Energizer." He smiled at the speed of her response. He picked up the pack, paid, and headed home. Later, as Yevon checked off items on her spreadsheet and organized the fridge with Tetris-like precision, Tunda lingered in the doorway. He noticed how at ease she was in the center of their domestic world, how every spoon, pan, and packet had its place. He could admire her efficiency, he truly admired it. But slowly, the admiration morphed into something else, a curious bitterness that made his throat tighten. He considered speaking up, suggesting a date night or proposing a solo lunch outing with his colleagues. But whenever he tried to form the words, they stumbled against the habitual compliance he'd cultivated. Instead, he took out his journal and wrote a few lines. "I feel like background noise in my own life." Then he paused, stared at the pen in his hand, and wondered whether words on paper could ever translate into action. That night, as they settled on the couch to watch her reality show replay, because Yevon had missed the finale, the remote sat on the coffee table like an immovable object. Tunda reached out, hesitated, then withdrew his hand. He leaned back, the glow of the television reflecting in his eyes, and felt the first tremor of restlessness. He knew that somewhere between the grocery spreadsheets, dry clean reminders, and battery runs, he had lost the thread of his own desires. But he also sensed that this static tension, the push and pull between his own signals and hers, was the beginning of something new. A signal of resistance. And in that moment, even as the characters on screen bickered and laughed, Tunda's thoughts turned inward to the quiet revolution stirring in his heart.